What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Weird News. Got a few interesting stories here for you. My name's Jason Charles, and let's get right into it. First story up is from the Los Angeles Times via Yahoo News by Louis Sahugan. Hopefully I pronounced that right. California drought bark beetles killing the oldest trees on Earth. Can they be saved? Forest pathologist Martin McKenzie strode forward on a narrow path through California's mythic bristlecone pine forest in the White Mountains near the Nevada border, methodically scanning gnarled limbs for the invaders that threaten the lives of some of the world's oldest trees. These intruders are bark beetles, a menace smaller than a pencil eraser, but they bore by the thousands into the bark and feast on the moist inner core where trees transport nutrients from roots to crown. Then they carve out egg galleries where hungry larvae hatch. A blue strain fungus carried in by the pests deliver a coup de grace, a clogged circulatory system. And what I found interesting about this story is just how old these trees are. Listen to this. Since 2013, thousands of the trees that ranged in age from 144 years to 1612 years, have been killed on Telescope Peak. So, yeah, those are some old trees. And apparently these beetles are wreaking havoc on them. But they use the sap on the cone to, drown the beetles. That's sort of their defense. But I guess they've been getting hit pretty hard by the beetles. The study found that bristlecone mortality at Telescope Peak and in the Wawa Forest in southern Utah was probably due to the combination of warming temperatures, declining precipitation, reduced tree defenses, and bark beetle attacks that originated in nearby limber and pinon pines during a period of severe drought that began in 2013. So hopefully they can kind of stop these beetles. I don't know if they're actually doing anything to stop them. I think they're just trying to remove the trees, the nearby pines that are really affected by it. But yeah, those are some old trees. 1600 years old. Next story is China reveals massive project to find Earth 2.0. A new 115-page paper reveals in detail China's plan to find Earth 2.0 and answer the questions, are we alone in the universe? China intends to find the first Earth 2.0, meaning a planet similar to Earth orbiting a sun-like star with a next-generation space observatory currently slated for launch by the end of 2016. A story by Becky Farrar in Vice News. This central focus on Earth 2.0 is part of a larger international effort to find worlds that might be potentially habitable. Once identified, these worlds could be scanned for signs of life called biosignatures by other telescopes, which could yield insights into one of the most persistent questions on human history. Are we alone in the universe? Habitable Earth-like planets around solar-type stars, i.e. Earth 2.0s, are likely to be the most favorable places to search for extraterrestrial life due to their potentially having physical, chemical, and potentially biological environments similar to Earth, said the mission team, which is led by John G., a professor at the Shanghai Astronomical Observatory at the CAS in the white paper. Therefore, it is necessary to identify Earth 2.0's first before extraterrestrial life can be possibly detected. Most current space missions for exoplanets do not cover this key area. So this is basically for a observatory, an observatory out in space. They don't have a picture of what it would look like, but it sounds pretty cool. Something like our telescope out in space. I think it's the Kepler. Is that what it is? Or no, Hubble. That's what it's called, the Hubble telescope. And the last story that I found was pretty weird. NASA calls mystery rocket crash on the moon highly unusual. NASA said a rocket of unknown national origin that crashed into the moon earlier this year produced a double crater on the surface, an unexpected feat. The agency's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which collects data on the moon, spotted two craters after the mystery rocket body collided with the moon on March 4th, NASA said recently. Yeah, so this is a story from The Hill by Jared Gaines, or Gans. And I couldn't find too much about it, but yeah, I think that's pretty crazy that they don't know the origin of the rocket and that it created a double crater. And the crater was about 20 yards wide. It was like 19.5 yards wide, and another one was 17.5 yards in diameter. So, I mean, that's pretty good size. What is that? Like 50 feet, something like that. And so they referenced this San Antonio Chronicle or Houston Chronicle story. And here's a picture of the actual crater that was created. But yeah, this is the first time I heard about it, and it happened, I guess, on March 4th. And, I think that's kind of weird that it didn't kick up more dust. Like, you would think you'd be able to kind of see that. So, anyways, we don't know what caused it or what rocket caused it, but yeah. At least 47 NASA rocket bodies have created spacecraft impacts on the moon, according to 2016 data from the Arizona State University. 4 large moon craters attributed to Apollo 13, 14, 15, and 17 missions are substantially larger than each of the overlapping craters created by the March 4th impact, according to NASA. However, scientists said the maximum width of the new double crater is near that of the Apollo craters. So, yeah. Crater impact snuck up on us. So, anyways, that's all the stories I have. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave any comments of anything you want me to talk about, or if, what type of stories you might want to hear. All right, that's it. Keep it real. Until next time.